Hey, my name is Ryan with Yushu, and today I'm unboxing what I think is the cheapest pair of Shell Cordovan boots you can buy in 2025. What are they like? Are they worth it? That's what we're going to see in this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please enjoy. In this video, we'll do my normal unboxing. I'll explain what piqued my interest about these boots. I'll try them on, go over sizing, and we'll kind of see if they're really worth the money, which I don't see how they couldn't be at only $375. In this video, I say $375 like 45,000 times, and the price is $385. So sorry about that. That's going to happen. Dollars as of 2025. But I want to start off by letting you know that I'm not a Shell Cordovan expert by any means. I purchased 6 pairs of Shell Cordovan shoes. All of them have come from the Horween Tannery in Chicago, so I know what it's like to own those shoes, but I don't know a lot about Shell Cordovan or what makes a really good Shell Cordovan, and I know these are not Horween Shell Cordovan, so I thought we'll just see what these are really like. I got a Chelsea boot just so I can see how it rolls over time and how it conforms to the foot. So what we'll do right now is I'll turn the camera around, we'll unbox these, and we'll see what they're all about. Now, I did not come prepared for this, as I just have a key to open up the box, but you know what? You can use a key. You don't have to have a fancy knife all the time. And I do want to let you guys know that I was looking into these boots. I was looking into Meermin as a company. They're Shell Cordovan. Now, they have a lot of different Shell Cordovans. Have this heritage style and like a waxed style. So I wanted to get the heritage style because I think it's closest to the boots that, or the shoes that I already have experience with. So this is the heritage style. This is $375, I think, for the Chelsea. And you can get this same Shell Cordovan in their other boots, more of like a standard lace-up boot, for just a little bit more. But here we go. Here's the box. And I'm seeing this for the first time. Nice looking box, a handsome box. I don't know what you can really say about a box. There it is. This is the UK sizing, so it's 11.5E. Brown heritage. We'll go over sizing in just a minute. The rod last. And I do want to say, yes, these were given to me by Meermin to review. I know some people aren't into that. I was actually looking into this boot. I wanted to get it, and I thought, oh, let me just reach out to see if they'd be interested in sending me it. And they were like, yeah, we'll send you it, and we'll give you a affiliate link. So I'm like, cool. But what I'm going to say is going to be my opinion only. I don't really make that much money. It's really pennies on the affiliate links. I'm happy to get a new boot, but there is bias. Whenever a boot is given to someone, it's just human nature that there's going to be a bias. There's no way I couldn't have a bias, but I'll try to give you the most accurate review. And if anything else, at least you can just see the boots, right? So I'm not trying to sell it or shill it to you, as some would say, but you can just see the boots if there's something that you're interested in. All right, so really handsome boot bag, almost like a canvas material like that. I don't know if it's any different with their Shell Cordovan offerings. This is just what they offer. They offer 2. Now, I would prefer that the boots be shipped in that because it would protect them in transit, but you know, that's just my opinion. Okay, now we have some insoles. Okay, so that's their 11.5 insole. So it seems to be a thin leather topper with a pretty thick foam insole. So I'm guessing this will help you size the boots a little bit more if they're a little bit bigger. Or what I really like about when companies do this, especially since I'm new to a winter climate out here in the Midwest, kind of grew up in California, so I didn't really have to worry about this, but there's times of the year where you're going to be wanting to wear different socks. So this kind of helps you sometimes, or helps me when I get a thick wool sock in the winter. I can remove these in the summertime. If I want to do a dress sock, you know, you can put these in. So I do like that. I think that's a nice touch. So here it is, my first time seeing them. Okay. The brown heritage Shell Cordovan boot. All right. So I'm out of the light. I wanted to give you guys a little bit of sunlight on it and a little bit of just normal light. So what I can see here, pretty nice. Now, when I've gotten Shell Cordovan from Allen Edmonds, like I don't know how long the shell has sat on the, you know, or sat at the warehouse. And so it will often sometimes come a little bit dull, but this looks like if I just brushed it, which I don't have a brush where I'm at right now. I'm not at home, but we'll kind of, maybe we'll do that in the follow-up, the actual review of this. This is just the unboxing and the initial impression. So there you have the welt. It's fine, not the cleanest welt joint, but you've got the welt stitchings and the fudging, which is those little grooves in the welt, seem to be really nice. You have a very thin leather stack here, or I think it's just one leather slab. Now, thing about Meermin boots is you're really getting a lot of value with them, even if it's not the Shell Cordovan, because you are getting a boot that is Goodyear welted and that has a veg tan insole and a veg tan midsole, so the way you want a heritage boot built, and you're getting that at a really reasonable price. And this one is, I think it's called like their flex system, or it's supposed to flex a little bit easier. So I think the back of the boot has cork as the filler, as the normal Goodyear welt filler, and the front of the boot has some sort of foam, so it's easier to break in. And the reason why I got the Chelsea boot, so I'm not normally a Chelsea boot guy, to be honest, but I thought a Chelsea boot would really show off how good this Shell Cordovan is, because you have a big slab of Shell Cordovan here, and how it rolls along the instep of your foot is going to show you how nice that shell is. So that is something that I'm kind of looking forward to seeing with this. Oh, we got a little bit of a scrape there. So yeah, not the best QC. Let's look at this boot really quick. This one's, the welt joint's a little bit better. Fudging and the stitching is pretty good. So everything I'm seeing from the bottom and the stitching of the shoes is like really top notch. So if you're looking at Meermin in general, I think the QC is really good. You can see the Shell Cordovan kind of, the grain changes a little there. Can you see that? So that's not the best QC again. So kind of my first glance, and I'll do a review on these when I'll probably put some polish on them and clean them up a little bit, wear them a ton, hopefully get some nice creases, and then do a full review, and that's where I'll give you my real opinions. Everything that I'm getting right now is kind of just the initial thought, and my initial thought is the build quality, excellent. The shell of this and the clicking, not the best. But again, this is $375 for a Shell Cordovan boot. What can you really expect? Let me do the sniff test here. All right, I don't know. Didn't get much there, which is one of my favorite things about Horween Shell Cordovan, and it's because Horween, it smells like horse stables. I don't know, it definitely has an equestrian smell. I might be crazy, but that's it. There's shape of the last. Why did my thing zoom in like crazy? That's kind of irritating. Okay, so the inside, you have another. Oh, this is a thinner one. Oh, that's kind of nice. And then, so you have the two sizes here for the inserts. That's cool. And then you have, I don't know if that's going to show. Maybe if I get an extra light here. Hold on a sec. There's the veg tan insole, and there's a little half sock liner. So you can rock it like this or size it 3 different ways, which is a really smart idea. So about sizing, let's turn that camera around and put these things on. I'll start off by saying this would not be the pant or the sock that I would wear. Again, the most unprepared YouTuber there is. So we're just rolling with it. And then I'm just checking here. Yeah, this nice veg tan insole. So everything looks good in there. It's a lined upper. And I'm a 12.5D on the Brannick, and I can wear a 13C and a 13D, but that has a little bit too much space. But I'm really a 12.5, kind of plus 12.5. A little bit, maybe a 12 3/4 would be true, but these said go true to size in your UK size, which would be 11.5, and I went 11.5, and this is what we got. So let's try them on. I don't have any of the inserts in, and technically I could, fit a little bit more if I was wearing a thinner sock. But let's get these in. All right, and that is perfect. It is perfect. Okay, so this is a weird look. I know, light wash with the dark brown, but that is perfect. Okay, so yeah, true to size in your UK size. So my US size is 12.5. True UK size is 11.5. And then what I'm thinking is, if I did dress socks with these, I would rock one of those insoles maybe. And yeah, that's just really really nice looking. Now, it is a dressier boot, right? We're not looking at a casual boot here, but from the top down, it looks really, really nice. I can probably, actually, you know what? Now that my foot was kind of adjusting to it, I'm going to try this thinner insole real quick, because I'm thinking what I might be able to do with this boot is, with a thinner sock, have this thinner insole, and then it could be a nice winter dress boot without it, because it's actually a little bit roomier than I expected with this kind of almond shaped last. Let me try that. All right, so that's a little bit snugger, where that gives me like that firm handshake everywhere. It looks really good. It's a little bit too much space here, but hopefully that will kind of break in with the shell and kind of do some nice rolls over time. Let me stand up. Okay, that just looks ridiculous, right? My pants, but we're just making this work here. It's got the insert in this foot and no insert in that, just the veg tan insole, and they're both very comfortable. I have to say, this one is a lot more comfortable than a typical veg tan only. Here, let me do that so you can get them light too. That must be because of that foam that's underneath that the veg tan that kind of sandwiches the insole and the midsole. So that looks really good. Well, you see some of those rolls developing. This is a veg tan leather, and remember with shell, you shouldn't get creases, but what you should get is rolls. So let me show you what I see. And here's what I see. It's a dressier boot with that more almond shaped last. It's a really handsome boot. Let me walk out of the sun too, so you can kind of see. Go true to size. That seems to work well. And then, it's just going to be like, what's this Shell Cordovan like? It's definitely not as good as Horwing, right? But for $375, it's going to be, is it worth that? Because sometimes Shell Cordovan can give you a little bit of a plasticky look. And so, when it's Horwing, it comes together pretty nicely. But I was a little bit worried about it. An inexpensive Shell Cordovan if it would look way too plasticky, and I have to say that it's pretty nice looking Shell Cordovan. I think it's going to age nicely too. I mean, look at the rolls. The roll potential there is fantastic. So if I can beat these up, get some nice rolls on them, I think they might be some really nice looking boots. And one thing I've seen about Meermin on the reviews is how squeaky they are, and I'm going to give you the squeak test. I'm going to get you close. See if you hear anything. There's like no squeak. It's buttery soft. All right, well, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to wear the heck out of these for the next month, and then I will do my review on them. But so far, so good. Really like them. Handsome looking boot. But thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you on the next one. Well, I said I was going to end the video, but I've been wearing these around for about 20 minutes, just doing some errands indoors, and I wanted to give you just a quick little update. Again, more will come in the review, but basically, like, these are just insanely comfortable. Right now I have the smaller inserts in both, and they're just insanely comfortable, so I'm loving that. And I looked at my other pairs of Allen Edmonds Shell Cordovan, and they have the same type of quality control issues that these have. So I know with Shell Cordovan the height is a lot smaller. I think if you're gonna pay $1,000 for a Shell Cordovan boot, you expect probably better clicking than this. Allen Edmonds are $900 right now. That's kind of crazy, but that's just the way it is. And Allen Edmonds boots don't even have a veg tan insole. They have a pour-on insole for $900. But sorry, like this one's like a 10 out of 10. This boot clicked, just awesome. It's gonna be amazing. This one could be a little bit better. It's a little bit rougher on the edges, on the toe, which my Allen Edmonds, I have one that's the same way in brown shell from Horwing. So they could have clicked that one better. Not giving this a pass, but for $375, I'm just digging this. I went in front of a mirror and I'm like, man, these things look really good. Of course, they look terrible with my jeans right now, but I'm super into them. And one thing, I have no heel slip. Like, the sizing is perfect. With those insoles, you're going to be able to size really nice. So I'm super happy about that. Every other Chelsea boot that I have, I feel like it started off with a little bit of heel slip. The rolling is already starting to look amazing. And I'm only really giving you guys this info because only the ones who are really interested in buying this boot are going to be around for this long. But I'm kind of loving them. I'm loving them way more than I thought I would. That's why I did this addendum at the end of the video. So yeah, so that's it. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys. I appreciate every single view that I get. I appreciate every comment that I get. Having a fun time doing this. I've had to scale back how much I can do it due to an increased workload at the job that actually makes me money. But just really enjoy this, guys. So thank you so much. And again, I will see you on the next one.